Wanting cheaper cigarettes isn't something you'd expect to hear from the Premier of New South Wales, but that is exactly what Chris Minns is arguing. It's not to encourage smoking, but rather to combat the illegal tobacco trade. The Premier, fed up by the growing nicotine black market fuelled by Australia's huge excise on legal tobacco, Minns warning police resources may need to be reallocated in order to manage this crisis. For their take, let's bring in founding director of Western Sydney Women, Amanda Rose, and Daily Telegraph journalist James Willis. Good morning to you.
Morning.
A push to make cigarettes cheaper. None of us actually saw this coming. James, is he serious?
Well, he is, but the reality is that cheaper cigarettes already exist. They're all over Sydney, they're all over Melbourne, they're all over Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth, and the number of tobacconists in this country has grown by thousands in the last 5 years, directly in line with the increase of the tobacco excise, which is now $1.40 per cigarette stick. Now, we know what smoking does. We have known for a long period of time how fatal smoking cigarettes can be, but people are not stopping smoking. Instead, they've decided in a cost of living crisis, they can get a pack for $20 illegally rather than a $50 to $60 legal pack. And the tobacco excise has dried up. Even if you don't care about this, taxpayers have lost $42 billion in the last few years, and in the forward estimates, which could build a new road, a massive new road, a new motorway, a new train station, whatever you know, hospitals, schools, you just imagine. So we have lost the war on this, and the only way to get tough, in my view, is to bring in police and start doing widespread enforcements. At the moment, it's left to health bureaucrats. I don't think that's strong enough, clearly.
Yeah, so is Minns serious about bringing in the police? Or is he just saying that to the federal government so they'll drop the excise?
I think so. And the thing is, I think it's a bit rich to say the taxpayers have lost money. The government has lost money from overtaxing people in the first place.
Which is us.
63% of the packet of cigarettes is just pure taxes, right? So they've been ripping off people for a very long time. And if only the government put this much effort into actually fixing the illicit drug trade that we have, which costs the government $15 billion a year. So they could actually work on that, save money over there, instead of actually saying to people, you are buying illegal cigarettes like it's the end of the world, when they literally have been forced to because they can't afford it, right? So I think Chris Minns is smart here because he does need the federal government to drop the taxes, and they should have a while ago. But the positioning that they're doing is saying that they're taking this money from the people. No, government has been taking money from the people.
James, this sounds like one of those ideas that look good on paper. We'll increase it so people won't be able to afford it, so they'll stop smoking, except they didn't stop smoking, as you said. So the federal treasurer says the excise is there to stop people smoking. How do we sort out this problem? Because people are also vaping, because vapes have nicotine in
Correct,
them.
yeah.
And vaping's gone through the roof.
And look, it's really complicated because whenever police want to do a raid, if they're seizing vapes or nicotine pouches, they need to bring in the TGA because they're effectively a poison product. So you can't just be going door to door like they did with Al Capone and Elliot Ness in America during prohibition of alcohol. But I understand what Amanda's saying, but I also really think that the tax only works if you have got rid of people smoking, remove people smoking. And if the smoking rate was right down, we'd say we've won the war. But instead, every time it goes up, another tobacconist opens and the black market flourishes, and you're forcing people to make an illegal choice that they wouldn't make in their normal day life. So it's an absolute mess. But I do really think it has to be a police-led operation. I don't think this is a job for bureaucrats. It's too big, and surely police can be getting involved in this.
Yeah, or is Minns holding the gun to the federal government's head?
Oh, which he does very well because they're on opposite sides, different factions. So I think he is.
OK, this will be an interesting one to follow. Finally, employers are having to think outside the box to attract new talent. Apparently, a constant packet of Monte Carlos in the break room, not good enough, nor is lunchtime yoga or free brekkie. Instead, workplaces are now looking at travel vouchers, spa treatments, therapy sessions to hook people in to get staff. Amanda, activewear cooking classes also on the list. Would that attract you to a new job?
As long as I could also still work from home, yes.
Is that the big one for you?
Well, the flexibility. I think it's the flexibility for me. And I've always been like that. Back in the day when it wasn't heard of, I was trying to lobby for flexibilities for different hours. They were like, what? You can't do that. This is actually a good move. But what's interesting is a lot of the things that they're providing are the same things that health insurers are trying to provide to lure people to get private health insurance. So are people going to end up getting a job and saying, actually, I'm getting all these benefits from my job, so therefore I can drop the level of health insurance that I have because I'm getting a massage, I'm getting spa, I'm getting all these things from my actual job. So I only need the basics with health insurance. So I think it's going to be very interesting.
Is this how you attract staff?
Yeah, I don't need a massage at work. The yoga thing's weird to me because, like, do you really want to be doing yoga poses in front of your colleagues?
You don't
like,
go with them, you twit.
With your CFO in front of you.
You don't go with your stuff.
Downward
You don't go
dog
with your colleagues.
You know, I don't know. Anyway,
You go down the road or somewhere else.
You get the voucher.
Yeah, if there was a shower and a bed and a kitchen, I'd probably stay at work.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
A
20
shower,
hours a
bed and a
day.
kitchen.
And someone that has, like me, that has, you know...
You're a good catch,
exactly.
aren't you? I'm going to tell Roz about this.
No, yeah.
His mum.
Make it so you can't leave.
Thank you. Goodbye. Here's Chevo.